My name's Joseph W. Brady, and I'm the president of the Bradco Companies, the longest-standing full-service commercial brokerage firm servicing the high desert region, which we now are referring to as Mojave River Valley. In 2002, I had the great opportunity of working with Malcolm Riley, who is the president and chairman of Malcolm Riley Associates, the first developer of the developer of the first 9 Walmarts in California, chairman of the International Council of Shopping Centers in 1991, and the developer of nearly 10 million feet of retail space over his 50-year career. Most notably in the high desert region, Mal developed the Kmart Center down in Hesperia and the Jess Ranch project in Apple Valley. Mal probably developed half of the retail projects in the Antelope Valley in the cities of Palmdale and Lancaster with his prior partner, Art Perlman. When Mal approached me about taking a look at opportunities in Barstow in 2002, we immediately looked at a property that was at a brand new interchange at Avenue L and Interstate 15. That interchange had just been completed. It was a former flyover entry into Main Street. I showed the property to Mal, and we quickly found out it was owned by the State of California State Lands Commission in trust for the teachers' pension program. We made contact with the state and started to work with a gentleman who's really become a friend by the name of Jim Porter. And Jim explained to me nicely that how the property was held in trust, that it could never really be sold, and that ultimately it could be land leased. And Mal and I determined, Mal really more particularly as the lead developer, I was the broker at the time, that the only way that this property could really be developed would be a very long land lease of probably 69 plus years to be able to allow retailers to do the deal. Long story short, years went by. The state ended up selling roughly 12 acres to Home Depot, and Home Depot built a very nice store, not one of their typical 175,000 square foot store, but a store closer to about 125,000 feet, which now does about $2 million a month in the Barstow region. We believe that the greatest piece of property for any type of mixed use and retail development within the entire Barstow region. And we think now, based on the somewhat build out of Main Street in Hesperia and Bear Valley Road and in Victorville and Roy Rogers Drive and Mojave Drive, etc., it's really the next premier mixed use retail project. And I'm pleased to talk to you about it. As you take a look at the 112.4 acre mixed-use retail project that is fully entitled, you're looking at it from Barstow looking back towards Victorville. This shot right here shows the property from really the south to the north. This site right here shows the Home Depot and the parking lot across the street on Avenue L right there that is owned by the State of California Department of Transportation, and that will have to be moved eventually. That's part of our major retail. Along Interstate 15, we have 87,000 cars a day, 19 million cars really a year, and nearly 60 million eyeballs that take a look at this site. So we're real proud of not only the work that Caltrans did, under the supervision of the city of Barstow and its consulting engineer, Brad Merrill, of Merrill Johnson Engineering, but just how well the site was ultimately laid out. When the interchange was redone nearly 15 years ago, this property that we're standing on, so really what I'd call the south side of Avenue L, and the way the interchange is now configured, was owned by the State of California State Lands Commission. It was a property that really has 3 parcels with it: the 12 acres that Home Depot ultimately bought, and the 6.5 acres that's in front that we control through Barstow Spanish Trails LLC, and the 13.07 acres that's on the side of the driveway. So this was really a major draw, not only to, I think, the project, because the project at the time was not envisioned. This was really the project that I think that kicked off the ultimate development here for Avenue L. And then ultimately, over a period of time, we got the entitlements through the city of Barstow for the Shops at Spanish Trail, which this is a part of, but they're also separate from. The parcel in front of Home Depot is roughly 6.48 acres based on its current configuration, and the parcel just to the side of the driveway is 13.07. After you see the ridge line of the 13.07, the piece just to the what I'd call the north right there is a 14-acre truck stop, former truck stop, owned by a gentleman in Huntington Beach by the name of Cal Tabaugh. Cal's not only the owner there, he's really become a friend in all the years that we've known him. And Cal eventually wants to do something and participate in a joint venture. Next to Cal, along Main Street right there, is a little 3.3-acre piece that's owned by a longtime friend, developer out of Glendale, used to be a major developer out of Florida by the name of John Holden. So here we can see the entry in and out of Home Depot. That road will be extended across the street. A company like Home Depot validates a piece of property as well, if not better than anybody. So while some people might say, Joe, you and Mal are really smart by doing this, Home Depot got here before us, and I think they're a little bit smarter than we are. So, looking back at Interstate 15, I mean, there's just no way to miss this site. It has great visibility, great access, and most importantly, all the utilities are stubbed for the 6.48 acres, the 13.07 acres, and we have some capacity based on what we believe from our civil engineering firm with DRC, with some capacity for the property across the street. We do know that we'll need to bring in additional sewer from down on Main Street behind the AM/PM market, which will help develop that 30.83 acre site where the Caltrans parking lot is. The significant portion, the significant part of that side of L Street is all in the Opportunity Zone, which fell into the 2017 Tax Act that was implemented by President Trump. This is a 10-year project, and we knew going in that it would be a 10-year project, and we still believe that it'll be a 10-year project. When people say that Barstow doesn't have the capacity, not only do we believe that people drive from 60 miles away, we know that people drive from Boron and Hinckley. We know they come in from Baker and Newberry Springs. We know that people come from the great little area of Hellendale, where Silver Lake's a master plan community of 3,300 lots are.
30 minutes drive time away is Fort Irwin, the National Training Center for United States military, where every year upwards of 50,000 combat forces train before deploying overseas. The Marine Corps Logistics Base in Barstow houses over 200 dependents of the 100 active duty military, where civilian employees surpass 1,200. Active military and civilians at Fort Irwin and the Marine Corps Logistics Base contributing to the 35,000 plus within half an hour's drive of shops at the Spanish Trail project.
We also want to ensure that the retailers that we deal with and the mixed-use retailers that will come on in here build great bathrooms. People don't want to talk about bathrooms as that dirty little secret, but I'll tell you one thing. We like to stop along the highway to clean bathrooms, and we think that Eddie's World right north of us up in Calico did a great job. And I think that we not necessarily want to challenge what they've done, but we want our retailers to take a look at what they've done and to understand that people have human needs, and that it's really important that we build great and quality bathrooms. And the one thing that we are going to have in this project somewhere is a dog park that will really allow the highway traveler to go in and have a meal where they want and have their dog taken care of and not have to worry about it. We'll be able to have ample, not only mixed use retail, but we'll have hopefully a dog park. We'll have those things that the highway traveler not only wants, but they really deserve. We believe that the greatest piece of property for any type of mixed use and retail development within the entire Barstow region, it's really the next premier mixed use retail project.